What's going on, peeps? LoneGemini here, bringing you a complete walkthrough for the high maintenance achievement on the Revolution DLC on Black Ops 2. Damn, that's a mouthful. But I'm bringing you the Rictophen side, and you might say there's certain requirements to do this Easter egg. That being, you have to have 4 players, and the table must be assembled. Now, there'll be a link in the description on how to assemble the table, how to build the Trample steam, and how to build the Sliqufier. But here's some suggestions on how to start this Easter egg. First, get all 4 players to get on the elevator and drop down from the starting room. Then have 2 players stay on the elevator and 2 stay down to turn on the power. The 2 that are going to stay to turn on the power are going to send the other 2 staying on the elevator back up to the starting room. This will allow for, I guess, an easier way to get the Easter egg going. And you will get your first quote from Rictophen.
Vital energy flows to all things, living or dead. My power to manipulate these forces is fragile, limited. That is why I need your help.
After turning on the power, the first step is to align the elevator symbols. To do this, there are 4 elevators with gold symbols on top of them, and all 4 players must be on them at the same time. Now, the reason you split up is because there are 2 elevators in the starter building and 2 elevators in the power building. The first elevator is where quick revive will always be. The second elevator is on this elevator shaft. Now, the only thing you need to worry about is not getting crushed. I am showing you each elevator going up to the top where it can crush you. So just make sure when you get on these at the same time, do not get yourself killed, because it requires 4 players to do this step. Now, it's going to take a little timing to get this done, but it's not really that bad, and you want to try to get it done in the early round. Once the step's done, here's the quote.
Yes! The energy fields are growing. Further manipulation is needed before we achieve control.
Okay, moving on to step number 2, aligning the floor symbols. What you have to do is find the 4 Chinese symbols on the ground spread out around the map and trigger them in the correct order. It's fairly easy. Just have 1 player stand on their symbol, see if it lights up, back off, and you can kind of tell which order they go. There's only 4 of them, so it's really easy. The first one is by the AK-74. The second one is by the Semtex. Now, this is the order that my game ended up being. This order will change. The third one is in the restaurant in the starter building, and the last one is right by the quick revive elevator shaft. And like I said, they change from game to game, so it really doesn't matter. If you're doing the Rictophen side and you're triggering the symbols, you can kind of hear them in the background counting them off, and that'll let you know, if you're Samuel, you're doing the right steps. Okay, step number 3. Rictophen doesn't necessarily give us an indication of what to do, but what you have to do is acquire a sniper rifle and snipe the steel balls out of the dragon's mouth. Now, you can either spend a lot of points out of the box or just buy the SVU off the wall. Once you do, you'll hear this quote.
We must neutralize any errant energy fields in order to prevent Maxis from enacting his plan. Take whatever action is necessary to ensure the sources do not fall under his control. If you can find them!
Now, after that quote, pretty much just snipe the balls out of the dragon's mouth, and they will relocate to the lion's paws. I don't know if these are lions or dogs, but then you'll hear this quote.
Perhaps a rapid liquefaction will rise, yeah? Then do it!
This is where Rictophen asks you to build a Sliqufier if you have not already done so. If you need help building the Sliqufier, I'll put a link in the description on a video I did for that. Otherwise, go ahead and build it and bring it back to the balls under the lion's paws. Once you do that, you just need to shoot the balls until they spin. Make sure they spin, because this is where the Easter egg splits from the Rictophen to Max's side. Once you do that, you will hear this quote from Rictophen.
Maxis will no longer be able to get his filthy hands on those balls. Those are so wet. Now, the real fun can begin. The spire of the undead. Oh, look at you! Find a way to make us together. We can automate the undead's destruction.
Okay, we are now getting close. So what we have to do is fling zombies at the tower with the trample steam. If you do not know how to build the trample steam, I will put a link in the description on how to do that. Otherwise, you need to find the 4 zombie symbols around the map like you see there. I believe these do not move, and there's one on the building where Quick Revive is. The other 3 are on the power building. This step is kind of, I don't want to say difficult, but it is kind of strange because I don't believe when I did this that we had all 4 trample steams set up flinging zombies all at once. I pretty much had at least 1 trample steam set up flinging zombies at the tower on a symbol, and then after we had done that for a couple rounds, we then went around the map and put our trample steams down on all 4 symbols. So what I'm saying is I think maybe you can get away with just flinging zombies from 1 symbol, and then after a little bit go put your trample steams on all 4 symbols. I'm not really quite sure. The step, like I said, it was a little iffy, but I do know for a fact that you need to put 4 trample steams down at a time on these zombie symbols. That is required. Now, I guess kind of strategically what I did was kind of just stay back here on the power building with my trample steam on that symbol and stay by that window. But like I said, just kind of, you could probably play around with this step and still get it. But here's the quote you'll get.
Now is not a good time to be out of ammo. And then again, it is.
Only with your combined energy can be. You need a conduit for the electrical energy contained within your flesh. Oh, I know. How about those electric knuckle punchy things?
We are now at the final step. We have to charge the tower with the Galvan knuckles. To do that, you have to punch the 4 posts that are lit up. Now, the tricky part about this step is that you only get 1 chance to do the combination per round. So what I'm saying is if you get the combination wrong when you're punching the posts, you can't do it till the next round. So just be careful because you don't want to get to high rounds, get this far, and mess it up. So to figure out the combination, what you have to do is find the hidden mahjong tiles around the map. Now, there are 8 tiles, and what you have to do is pretty much find each one. You could get away with finding 6 or 7 and still know the combination, but just, I'm showing you each spot on where the tiles spawn in order to where you can find them all. But what you have to do is there are 4 numbered tiles and 4 directional tiles. It will tell you what direction comes first, second, third, and fourth. Now, it's kind of obvious once you see in the end how it works, but the colors associate the numbers with the directions. So if you have like a green 2 and a green north, then north will go second. If you have a black west and a black 1, west will go first, and so on and so forth. So once you've located all the tiles or enough of the tiles to figure out the combination, all you have to do is go to the tower and punch the posts. Now, just continue watching the background to figure out where each tile is, because they spawn in different locations every game. But I believe I've got every location where they do spawn narrowed down to where if it's not in one spot, you can go to the next spot. Excuse me. Now, like I said, I kind of did them in order to where if you're going throughout the map, you don't have to circle back to find the other tile. So this step, like I said, it's kind of annoying, and you can get away with just finding 6 tiles and still figuring out the combination, or finding 7 because you'll know what the last one is. But either way, just figure out where the tiles are, figure out the combination, and this is kind of a little chart to show you how that works. You see north goes first, west goes second, south goes third, and east goes last. Now, the way to kind of tell which one's north, which one's south, west, or east, the north tile pretty much never changes, and it tells you where north is, and by that chart you can kind of tell where south, west, and east is. So all you have to do is just go around, punch each post, and once you do that, it's It's over. You got high maintenance. So this is the easy side of this Easter egg. The max side is a little more difficult, and I will eventually have that footage for you. But once those posts are hit, you will get all 6 perks, which is kind of cool. You actually get something for doing this Easter egg, and you get your achievement. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope this helped you out. And as always, it's been LoneGemini, and until next time.